producers. Joe here from Joyful Noise Productions, where we just don't press record. We raise cane and make noise with a purpose. And today, this is going to be our first gear review on the Home Studio Revolution series. I'll be putting the Fender Studio DAW to the test on my Android phone to see if it's really good enough for real music production. Yeah, I know. And I said it in this video. The only way to record music is to have a desktop computer, and I still stand by that. However, there are some that just can't get it through here of what I said in that video. Recently, Fender had released their free Studio DAW app, and it has been making waves in the music production scene, especially with its mobile app that is designed for Android phones.
Finally, somebody gets it.
This app promises to bring professional music production tools right to your fingertips. Features like a 16-track multi-track recorder, 12 editing and mixing tools and effects, 4 guitar amp models, 2 bass amp models, and 1 studio preamp model for the vocals. It also comes with basic DAW functions that allow you to record, arrange, and export files and create projects. It also has a one-tap for recording, and the beauty of it, it can work with any interface you give it. Now, to me, that was curious. And with the trend of making music on mobile devices is growing, and it's exciting to see how apps like Fender and its Studio DAW app are contributing to this shift. However, you should be skeptical around mobile DAWs. Now the question is, can they really deliver professional quality results that are compared to the desktop counterparts? Many musicians and producers are used to working on powerful desktops in their software, such as what I have. There's a concern that mobile apps just cannot compete. Mostly, mobile devices have come a long way, and with the right app, it's possible to produce high quality music on the go. And with that being said, there are also some limitations that you can do on a mobile device, especially when it comes to the processing power and screen size of that phone. I'll admit, I have my doubts, but I'm curious and eager to see what Fender Studio DAW can do. The question is, can it handle complex projects and demanding tasks, or the simpler ones? So let's dive into the key features of the Fender Studio DAW and to see if it can really do the thing. Now, the guitar I'll be using in this demo will be my 2001 PRS Santana SE or Student Edition. And I will also be using the amp models that are also found on the DAW as well. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Okay, as you can see here, I got my guitar. I got the studio app ready to go. And I also got my iRig 2, which is an old version. I'm pretty sure there's either it's probably still around or they probably got an updated version. This is mainly meant to work with the amplitude stuff that usually goes on the phone. Okay, which has an input for the guitar and for the headphones, and it also has a jack for when they use it for other amp kind of stuff. So that's for that. Also, I got my cable and I got my headphones. So what we're going to do is we're going to hook this up. And when we hook it up, we're going to go ahead and we're going to record one of the songs that go along with it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to hook it right up right now. Okay. So now you see I got my headphones. I got my cable hooked up to my iRig, along with it hooked up to my phone. Now remember, my phone is a Samsung A11, so it's an older model, but it should still be able to do the thing, right? Anyways, we're going to go ahead, and also you can see I got my guitar here. It's plugged in and it's ready to go. So the way we get started is we plug in everything and we go to, you see the 4 boxes. It's going to say open, jam, and record. But the thing we're going to do is we're going to go with the new, because I got some tracks already here, as you remember from the Guitar Pro 8 video that we did. So that came from that. I kind of spiced it up a little bit to make it sound even better. So we're going to press the new. Now, as you begin to notice, it says add a track. So what we're going to do is we're going to, as you see, it's got icons such as vocals, guitar, bass, and others. What we're going to do is we're going to press the others button, and we're going to go down to the icons. Now where it says presets, we're going to leave that alone, because we're going to save that next part for the next part of this video. So we're going to go where it says track icon, press the drums, and I'm going to change this color to red. Okay, it says wired headset, but we're going to do, okay, whoops, I'm a little ahead of myself. Let's make sure that the audio, okay, we're going to go to the H2, which is this thing right here, and go back to all that, duh. Okay, so we're done. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to add a track. So we're going to add the track again, go through all this. So we go there, there. See, I make mistakes too, so here, okay. And we're going to press this plus sign right there. We're going to add the guitar, so we're going to add, okay, we're going to go ahead, we're going to add that, and we're also going to add the bass. So in the bass, I normally keep it at black, so now we got 3 tracks loaded up, just like that. So we're going to go over here to the taskbar right here, we're going to tap that, we're going to import a file. So now as you can see, it's going to pop up my files. Anything now? Okay, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, we're going to start with the drums first. Okay, oops, so you see it goes to the bass. Okay, now we're going to scroll it, we're going to put it up. Now, we're going to go ahead and add, and we're going to add the bass, drums, now we're going to add the bass part. So we're going to go to the electric bass. Okay, so unfortunately it kind of got right on top of it. So now as you can see, I got 2 tracks. Okay, and you can see we have the guitar. So first of all, let's make sure everything's lined up as it should, and let's kind of get the volumes set up in a way where we can be able to hear everything. So, oops, no, that's not what I wanted. Actually, let's go here. This little icon right here that I just pressed. Okay, that's going to be the icon for the levels. So let's go ahead and let's play that as your CG. Already put the transport on, so okay, let's do something about this. Okay, so guys, let's get rid of all the effects processing that's involved. So it comes out nice and dry. So as you can hear, as you can hear, it sounds pretty good. So so you see right here, just press that, boom. Okay. Now right here, this is the loop, and we're going to talk about the looper as in the next segment of this video. So now what we're going to do is we're going to fire up the guitar. Now right here, right next to the add track, you can see there's like a speaker icon right there. So that means that's your monitoring. So you just press that. And that's going to let you know the monitoring of your sound. So we're going to make sure all this is down. Okay, now we're going to press the record icon. Okay, so let's see what we can do to. Okay, so we got a good clean amp. Now let's kind of get a little bit of some rock. Nope. Oh. That's not good. And I'm afraid it's going to kind of, I'm afraid it's going to get in the way, so. See, turn this up just a little bit. Let's get some gain in there. Okay, so obviously we're gonna. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna. I guess we can't. I guess that might be a problem if you're gonna be doing vocals or playing a guitar live off the floor. So I think with this you may have to play dry. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna press this triple dot button. We're gonna go ahead into the key of D. Okay, so let's go D. Okay, then we're gonna change it. Oh, come on. Yeah, I have to do it like this. I don't know why it's not cooperating. You know. Okay. The reason I'm putting at 88 because that's the composition we were originally put at. So we're gonna go ahead, put that there. Okay, we're gonna delete. We're gonna take that out for now, and we're gonna put on the metronome. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bounce off the tracks to make sure everything kind of goes off as way it should. So. That's good enough. So let's go ahead. Let's lay down the track. So obviously, again, just tap it. Okay, so let's go ahead, let's bring that down a little bit. Ooh, I think I was pushing the signal a little too hard on the track there. Wow, that's crazy. So obviously you're gonna hear, that's what it's gonna sound like. So, and you probably notice there's no latency. So let's go ahead and let's play it back. Let's see how it sounds. See, as you can hear, it's very smooth in its playing. And now you can be able to kind of mess with that at this point, and you build a dual equalization that comes along with that. So as you probably see, we probably needed to kind of monitor the thing a little bit. Maybe it's come a little too hot. Maybe I should have just kind of just left it where it was at. But it did what it had to do. So now the next thing we're gonna do in this video is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put it into what they call the car test. And what that's gonna do is we're gonna do what most musicians normally would do when they don't got the facilities of a studio, or they have soundproofing like I do here. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna put it in the car, and we're gonna see how that works out. Well, as you see here, we're in my car. So in case you guys kind of hear a little bit of background noise, it's the car running, because here in Houston, it's let's just say the humidity is tolerable at best. Okay, so now you see I got the app open. Also, After experimenting with it a little bit, the only thing I could use is the auxiliary connect, because with the A11, I guess trying to use it with the Fender Studio DAW, it makes it a little difficult. It lags really bad. So we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna see how it does on aux. So we're gonna go ahead. This time we're gonna press the open. Now when you get the open, you're gonna see it's gonna say it's gonna have the name of your project. So in this case, it's new session. So we're gonna tap that. Okay, now we're gonna open it up. Okay, so we're now you're gonna see the tracks are all laid out. So we're gonna make sure that all the make sure the whole everything on the mix is out. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna also okay, effects. Oops, no. Okay, okay, so we're gonna make sure all the effects are off. Okay, and okay, then we're gonna go here with actually the guitar. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing. Okay, we're gonna make sure. Oops, let's take the compression off because we really don't need the comp right now. Okay, then we're gonna make sure the guitar parts are off. So by the time you get done with it, okay, let's go ahead. Let's do this. You're gonna see you should be able to have a dry track as it plays. So it sounds something like this. So now you hear how it would sound. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and we're going to EQ it. So it kind of turns it down just a little bit, okay, because it's coming off pretty hard. And plus I wanted to make sure you guys are able to hear it through the, through the actual audio that's playing through the screen capture on this. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, we're going to start with the drums first. Okay, let's make sure, okay, actually we could do this, just put solo. Now when you push the solo, it'll knock out the other parts for you, which is not really cool. I mean, that's kind of a knock a little bit. So but I'm still gonna lower the others. So we're gonna go ahead. Okay, now we're gonna go into the compression, into the phase of equalizing it. So okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna try to. We'll just loop it there. So now I'm gonna press the loop, and we're just going to just play it just like that. Okay. So first thing we're gonna turn the compressor on. We're not gonna compress it just yet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with the middle. Okay, so because I want to kind of get a little bit of the. See, as you want to hear, you see the kick comes in a little hard. So we're going to go ahead. Okay, so it's coming off a little. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and add the highs. So we're going to go ahead and add the highs a bit. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. Okay, so now, as you see, we got a little bit of the highs in. So we're going to open it up just a little bit. So you get to hear, now it sounds a little smoother. So we can be able to put some of the low in there. Let's kind of give it a little bit more of a kick there. So we're going to. So it kind of gives that kick a little bit more punch. So now we're going to turn on the compressor. Okay, we're going to expand it just a bit. Okay, Okay, we're gonna keep the speed up fast because of because what's in the drums. So so now you get to hear how it sounds, but let's try a little something here. So we're gonna go back to the we're gonna put a little bit of reverb in this, so we can kind of give it a. So as you get to hear, even though this is MIDI drums, you can hear it's almost sounding like real drums in this spot. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna put the guitar in. So now we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go to the guitar effects. So we're gonna go to the effects section of it. Okay, let's see. I want to kind of go with something a little bit more heavier. So we're gonna go ahead. Okay, I don't know about this. So let's go ahead. Let's remove that for now. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn this on, and let me go ahead and go right back into the. Tap. Okay, so this got to go with a different amp. I'm not happy with this. So let's go with something else. So there we go. So now, so we're gonna go back and we're gonna add. Okay, we're gonna bypass this right now. So what we're doing is we're gonna add. Kind of get a little bit more of a right about there. Okay. What I'm looking for is to kind of go okay, so now you get to hear how it would sound. Now we could with the EQ, so there we go. Okay, so get a little more. So now, as you can see, it's starting to blend in just a bit. Now let's go back to the mixer. Okay. Okay, let's go back here. So now it's kind of come off a little more balance. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of all this. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to blend it all in together. See, and it still sounds pretty good, even with just the normal. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to put some effects to this. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go to rumble, let's see, bass effects. Might give it some grind a bit. The basic rumble, so sounds that it has. So bass is good. Okay, so the reason why sometimes you want to kind of cut out the low mids, because that's what kind of brings in the heavy on that. Let's kind of put some overdrive to this. So let's try this modern melody. So it's kind of a balance of the natural signal and the process signal. So as you get to see, it all blends together. Alright, so let's go ahead, let's see if we can get a good mix out of this. So we're going to go ahead and as you get to look at the screen here, you're going to see that it doesn't take much on the bass to come in. And plus, since this is a car, you can kind of be able to get the deadness and be able to spread it out a little bit. So if you're in your own car, you're like, oh, okay, let's see how this works out. So what we're going to do now is we're going to shut it off. Okay, we're going to go back to the beginning and we're going to take the loop off and see how it sounds in a full mix. Okay, that didn't sound good. So again, the one thing about this is you want to make sure that you want to kind of keep it more like, you know, as an idea keeper. Okay, so what we're going to do next, let's just say I want to import my idea. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to export the session. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and okay, we're going to change the file name to okay, we're going to call it a full mix. Okay, so we already got it saved to a certain folder. It says demo, so that means it's going into the document section of the phone to export. So now, as you can see, it has you export a certain loop, part of the loop. In other words, you can be able to create what they call a loop factor with it. Also, but now it tells you the format. So let's go ahead. Let's go for MP3 for right now. That way we can hear how it sounds in the car. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and it has the bit rate, it has everything else that you need to know. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to press export. So it's going to take a while for it to export. Cool, it's done. Alright, so we're going to go ahead, also we're going to get out of it. Oops, nope, that's not what I wanted. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead, we're going to close it. Alright, so we're going to go ahead, we're going to do, okay, just going to make sure everything's still going. Okay, so we're going to go to the documents of this. We're going to, my files. Okay, so we're going to go to, let's see. It's not in here, so we got to go back. Okay, go into the internal storage. There we go, see, demo. Okay, now you see right here, I got my MP3 full mix. So we're going to go ahead, see how it sounds. So as you can see, it mixes awesomely. So as you're going to see here, it's it does the thing. However, my biggest thing about this, it when you can be able to save the file, you can save the whole project. However, it only saves on your phone. So if you want to put it onto a Fender DAW, if you got it on your laptop or your desktop, it's virtually impossible to do. I don't know why Fender didn't think of that. I don't know, but maybe, like I said, maybe just like, you know, maybe they just think, well, it's not really a serious tool. Maybe it's just for those who are just starting out, just need ideas. You know, I get that. However, there are some things that just have to be a must in case you want to put that idea to the test. But also, as you heard, you're able to hear the metronome in the background, which to me, even though you can edit that out, you can get rid of it, you know, by through some of the editing process. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and let's go there now. So we're gonna go right back into here. Okay, so again, you can be able to edit it out, and I'll show you how it's done. You know, but then again, you that's something you don't want. You know, it's a little too much of a headache to do it. So, you know, let's do this here. Okay. So now let's just say I want to edit it out. Now all I gotta do is just grab this. Okay, here we go. See these little blue lines here, or these little blue dots? Okay, so okay. You can time stretch with it. You can sometimes it's a little hard to do. I don't know why. But the little blue dots that you see on there, they are movable. So let's see, you can lower the gain on it, you can raise the gain, you can create a, there we go. Okay, here we go. Maybe we get something here. You could increase, let's see, let's try this. Okay, so you can increase the fade, if you can get it to do it here. And also you can be able to edit out a certain part. And this is why I would say it's very imperative on the, oops. That's why it's very imperative on, you know, for the export all the individual tracks, so you can be able to edit that out on your DAW in case you're like me, kind of a little clumsy fingered. So as you get to see, it does the thing. And for ideas and stuff like that, you can use it for that. Now, to sum up the review of the Fender Studio DAW on Android, it's though it offers a surprisingly robust set of tools for music production, making it a okay option for those who want to create music on the go, it still will not replace the desktop DAW, like I said. Even for the simplest project, sure, it's definitely worth considering for casual use, or when you're away from the studio and you need to entertain yourself somehow. Keep in mind, it still fell short on some of the things like the feedback issue when using the mic for recording, whether it be vocals or guitar, creating multi-tracks for transfer. Even if transferring to another Fender Studio DAW, if installed on a laptop or a desktop, it has no VST instruments or support for MIDI files, especially if you wrote a song on Guitar Pro 8. Depending on the kind of phone you have, you might deal with this one serious headache: latency issues. So I do plan to keep it around, you know, just in case. Since it's for free, it's like water off the duck's back. But if you want to give this thing a spin, you can go to fender.com and you can click on the link in the description. Remember, it's free. Now, the only string that's attached to it is to sign up for Fender Connect to get the 16 tracks, all the nice things that come along with it, which really doesn't hurt, okay? So, but then again, that's just my opinion. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like, slap that subscribe, and fling this video when you share it, and crush that notification bell as like it owes you money. And I'll see you on the next one. Till then,